Hello，大家好，欢迎大家来到读书时间。我们今天继续读《Soft Hearts: A Rett Swinson Mystery》这本书。好，我们现在开始。I'll go and unload your glass now, Freddie said to Otis. After you do that, you can load up that tubing, replied the elder craftsman. I'll show you where I piled it. I followed the man, while the pair left to trade the raw materials of their art. Augusta went to her own car and returned with a box of vegetables that she carried into Otis's trailer. When she came out again, she began lighting into him in the yard. That fridge is empty. When was the last time you went grocery shopping? Seems all sculptors shared certain traits. Otis shook his head. Ain't got time. The vision must be realized. Augusta, frustrated, went to sit in her car to make a phone call. I stood in the yard and watched the men trade their materials. Judging by Otis's earlier reaction, it wouldn't pay to question him about the murder again. So I kept a distance as Otis finished helping Freddie load the tubing into the El Camino. El Camino. When the men were finished, I walked over to Augusta's Mercury to say goodbye. She dismissed me with a quick nod. Do you mind driving? Freddie asked, handing me his keys. Sure, I said, going around to the driver's side if you are comfortable with the drunk behind your wheel. Only when both of us were inside the car did I notice he was shaking. What's wrong? Oh, Lord Almighty, are you having a stroke now too? No, he said. But I think I finally know what Eric Clapton felt the first time he heard Jimi Hendrix play guitar. Oh my, the riffs this guy knows. Otis is a true master. He's so better than me, Rett. Don't put yourself down, I scolded. You're amazing. I'm not jealous. I'm just in way. Away. Oh, I'm just in awe. A feeling of reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder. When you find art this terrific, it's your duty as a human being to help the world to see it. I asked him what he was getting at. I've got to help Otis get a show, he continued. People have to see his work. Besides that way, he could sell a few pieces and fix up his place. It's falling apart. He also needs to make room for new pieces. You saw how crowded the walls are. A show? Good luck. You will have to get past his granddaughter first. No, he said. You'll have to. Me? Why me? Because you are my BFF. And that's what BFFs do. They blaze a trail. Well, I definitely felt honored to be considered Freddie's best friend forever. I confessed to him that I never knew the responsibility that goes with the title. I confessed to him that I never knew the responsibility that goes with the title. Freddie didn't answer. He just looked out the window most of the way home while muttering, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." But something else bothered me more. It was something I wasn't ready to share with Freddie, because I wasn't quite certain of what I had seen. The sculpture Otis was certainly working on seemed familiar. I appeared he was making a dragon. Part 2. Poetic clues. I check my thoughts like curved steeds. Curved steeds. Restrain or keeping check. Horse being ridden or available for riding. That struggled with the rein. Long narrow strap attached one end to a horse bit. Rein. I beat my feelings sleep like cracks in the unfathomable mane. Surely I was not born for this. I feel a loftier mood. Of generous impulse, high resolve, still o'er my solitude. Lady Elizabeth Landon from Lines of Life. Chapter 10. A nighttime caller. As Freddie was dropping me off at my house, I received a text from Daryl saying his mother would be released from the hospital mid-afternoon. Quickly, I put together a grocery list between my considerable slow cooker expertise and Lydia's level 1970s recipes. What could a person do with cream of mushroom, a can of peas, and a box of hamburger helper? We would get by. I worried I wasn't doing enough to solve Wanda's murder. After my shopping trip and putting up the groceries, I picked up the book Gary Rowland had loaned me, the one which discussed the poets Wanda had studied and taught. Understand them, and maybe you will better understand Wanda. Sublime lives began with Sublime lives began with Samuel Coleridge. Sublime. Whose rhyme of the ancient mariner still echoed from ninth grade English class. I even recalled the main point of the poem, how the mariner had become callous, showing or having a insensitive and a cruel disregard of others. Even cruel and shot the peaceful albatross. What is albatross? Oh, 今天我 albatross. A very large, chiefly white oceanic bird with long, narrow wings, found many in the southern oceans. Another term for double eagle. And shot the peaceful albatross. Shot the peaceful albatross without any provocation, action or speech that makes someone angry, especially deliberately. His disregard for life brought a deadly curse upon the man of his ship and nearly killed the mariner too. The experience taught the mariner to appreciate and bless all life, even ugly life. He prays well who loves well. He prays well who loves well. Both man and bird and beast. He prays best who loves well. All things both great and small. For the dear God who loves us, He made and loves all. Reading now the biographical information on Coleridge. I learned how he had been born the youngest of 10 children, felt lonely and isolated in boarding school, married for status, and then divorced and became an opium addict, which ruined his subsequent marriage. The text described an anguished creature from the cradle to the grave. Anguished creature from the cradle to the grave. Anguished. and his poetry only underscored it, as in the pains of sleep. But yesternight, I prayed aloud, in anguish and in agony, extremely suffering. Up starting from the fiendish crowd, upstarting from the fiendish crowd. It's really cruel, unpleasant. Fiendish. Of shapes and thoughts that tortured me. I pulled out my phone to take a closer look at the poems by Wanda Hightower. I'd found in the community college's literary magazine archives. The first of the 3 poems had been published about 15 years earlier, around the time of the Hightower's divorce. 好，谢谢大家，我们今天先读到这里吧，那我们下次再见了，拜拜。